All right, what's up, guys? How we doing today? So today I'm gonna be tier listing every country I've been to in 2026. So I've been to 9 countries this year. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I have this tier lister pulled up with all the countries on it. Now I just gotta find them. I was hoping they would be in. Are they? They are in alphabetical order. Okay. So I'm gonna have to put Belgium as last. I've been in 9 countries. I went to Japan for 2 weeks. I went to the DR for a week. I went to Puerto Rico for a week, which is a territory, but I'm still going to include it as it's very different from mainland USA. And I went to Europe for 2 weeks with some of my friends. And Belgium was one place we went to, but we only went for a day. Stayed in Brussels for a day as a transition between Amsterdam and France. It was beautiful. People were super nice. The food was amazing. Oh my goodness, their um their steak frites, their Belgian waffles, and their chocolate were just absolutely nutty. Um, Honestly, like top three waffles I've ever had in my entire life. I don't think it's better than a Netherlands stroop waffle though. But because we were only there for a day, I feel like I can't rank it any higher than B. I feel like that's just fair. As I was in other places for more days than that. Um, so that would be number 9. But B tier still good. I had a great time, and I'm sure if I went back and went to other cities in Belgium, that I would absolutely love it. Okay, where are we at now? This is Swiss. Okay, I don't know which one of these is Ireland. Ireland is the green one. This is Ivory Coast. Okay. Okay, Ireland, I'm also gonna put in the B tier. Um, we were in Ireland for about we were in Ireland for 2 days, so only one day more. But Belgium we weren't even there for a day. We were there for like 12 hours. Um, Ireland was beautiful. We went to Howth. We did a day trip to Howth, from Dublin. Absolutely stunning, beautiful coastal town. We saw seals swimming in the water, which was super super cool. I just think that Dublin is kind of a gross city. There's trash everywhere. People literally threw a chicken wing at us out of their window for some reason. Um, the Guinness there is amazing. The Guinness at the Guinness factory is not the best Guinness there. We went to this pub called O'Donoghue's. It had the crispest, coldest, best, smoothest tasting Guinness that I've ever had in my entire life. It was absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10 recommend going to O'Donoghue's. But Howth was just so much better. I would have loved to go to um, Galway or the Cliffs of Moher, but we didn't have enough time. Um, but I loved Ireland. It was super cool. Dublin's kind of dirty. I would recommend going anywhere. Um, but to be honest, all right. Sorry about that, guys. Had to pause for a brief intermission. Okay, so in sorry 7th place, um, we're gonna have the United Kingdom. Also, I'm just gonna put in B tier. So this is my second time to the United Kingdom. My second time to London. My first time to London was last summer, like in 2025. I went for 3 days. I studied abroad in Valencia, and London was one of the places we went to just for fun. We only had class 2 or 3 days a week, so the other 3 or 4 or 5 days we would travel to other countries. My fraternity brother and I went to London, had a great time. I actually think the food there is great, contrary to popular belief. A lot of people hate on their food. I think it's really good. I think they have so much diversity there. There's African food, there's Indian food, there's Chinese, there's Japanese, there's Vietnamese, there's American food. There's obviously a bunch of different cuisines of Europe, such as Italian, French, Spanish, local food in England, such as fish and chips. So diverse, a lot more diverse than America, which is already diverse itself. Um, And going out in London is just so fun. There's this bar in Chinatown called O'Neill's, super fun. Also, if you're in Dublin, go to Dice's. That might be the best like club slash bar I've ever been to. It was so fun. There's so many different rooms. There's an upstairs, a downstairs, and upstairs, or I guess the third floor, a basement which would be downstairs. The floor level has inside, outside, a downstairs, outside. Like it's so diverse. It's amazing. It's so fun, and the basement is a Spanish club. But anyways, back to London, back to England. I love England. We only went for a day, 2 days, a day and a half this time, this summer, as we were kind of trying to country max in 12 days. But I love it. It's so diverse. It's so fun. It's cool to see Big Ben and the Palace, Buckingham Palace, and do everything there. See all the sights, the Eye, the London Eye, and everything. It's cool to see. I will say though, I really really want to go to Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, especially Edinburgh, um, in Scotland, and see like the sheep and the stuff in the countryside. But I like London. I would like to also see other parts of England. I just think there's a lot more to do in England that I haven't been able to do yet, and I therefore can't raise it to an A tier. Moving on to number 6, which is here. France. France is A, bro. France is beautiful. This is also my second time to France. This time we were in France for 2 days. I went for 4 days last summer when I was abroad. France is just beautiful. I got to see the, oh my goodness, what is it? Notre Dame this time, and the Louvre, which I didn't get to see last time because there were like riots in the streets and stuff. So they got closed down. But France is beautiful. The food is amazing. Their pasta is great. Their cheese is great. Their drinks are great. Um, Funny enough, I got to watch the World Cup games of France, the Netherlands, and England while I was in those countries this summer, and then we got to watch the USA game versus whoever they played before Turkey. We got to watch in Valencia, which was pretty cool. France is just beautiful. I didn't think it was a place to go with the boys, which I still am kind of hesitant to say it is, but as I think it's more of a place to go as a couple, or like a girls trip. But it was cool. It was cool to flick up with the guys and my friends. It was their first time there, and they loved seeing the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre and Notre Dame and everything. Um, they were just mesmerized in the Arc de Triomphe and everything, and I took a bunch of cool pictures. But it was cool. I love France. I definitely want to go back. I want to go to the south of France, Nice, Marseille. I want to go to the wine country Bordeaux. But I love France. Beautiful country. Also, people say pickpocketing is huge there. I've never seen any of the sort in France. However, in London, we did watch a guy get robbed in front of us. Uh, a brother ran up and stole this guy's phone, and we watched him chase him for it, and it was very interesting. Moving on to number 5. This is a country that I have nothing but love for. If I can find it. Here we go. Spain. Spain. This is my ranking for visiting it this year. So last year, I ranked all the countries that I'd ever been to, not just in that year, and Spain was an S tier. But my visit this time I would put as an A tier, and the only reason I drop it down is because we got held in Madrid on the way in and on the way out for hours. Our plane was delayed like 4 hours trying to fly back home, as it was the last country we went to. And our train in got delayed like also, I think, 3 or 4 hours. It was just awful. We just had to sit in airports and train stations and wasted about half the time we were supposed to be in Spain, of which we only ended up being there for about a day and a half. We were supposed to be there for a little over 2 days. In Valencia, we stayed in Valencia, and trained and flew out of Madrid, which was also a terrible decision. We should have just paid extra for Valencia, but you live and you learn. I also got robbed this time. So I studied abroad in Valencia last summer for 2 months, 8 weeks. Beautiful, loved it. I went to Madrid, Barcelona, stayed in Valencia, Ibiza, um, Palma de Mallorca, of course, a bunch of other countries that I've talked about: Switzerland, Netherlands, the UK, France, Greece, Malta, and Croatia. Excuse me. Went to all of those last summer. And I love Spain. It's an S tier country. It's in my top 3 or 4 countries of all time that I've ever been to. I definitely want to go back. I want to visit more parts of it I haven't been to, such as in the north where they speak Catalan or Catalan, and also the Basque Country and just other parts. But I did get my chain snatched. I have now a silver cross chain, as where I used to have a gold one, and it got snatched off my neck in a club, um, without me knowing. This group of guys came up and dapped up me and all my friends. We thought they were being nice. And next thing you know, missing chains and stuff. So unfortunate. That's why I guess brought down to an A. But I would never, ever, ever deter people from going to Spain. It is a beautiful, beautiful country. Other than those guys, very, very sweet people. Um, Great food, except paella. Super, super overrated. Even my friends that are Latin that have gone to Spain will tell you that. But moving on to four. And this is where we're going to have the Dominican Republic, which I'm also going to put in an A tier. I was not expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. I'm not a huge beach person or tropical island person, but I loved the Dominican. It was so cool. I got to do this dune buggy excursion, and try out great food and go like cave hopping. We went to caves and like jumped in the water and swam in caves, and we got to play with like squirrel monkeys and feed them, take pictures with them. And also the food was fairly decent. Uh, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. I just say it was fairly decent. The drinks are good. There's a bunch of fun stuff to do there. A bunch of like random activities, and we stayed at the Hard Rock, so it was all inclusive. But we did leave, of course, to go do all those activities. But there was bowling and beaches and pools, and it was just very fun. Not a lot to say about it, but it's beautiful. It's great for pictures. The breakfast was what was banging. The dinner was like okay, lunch okay, but their breakfast was great. They make great omelets over there. But moving on to three. This is also just one of my favorite countries ever. I think I went here. Here we go. The Netherlands. Oh, man, the Netherlands I have to give an S tier. It's an S tier country. Um, so last time I went for the first time last summer. I went for 3 days, and it rained the whole time, so we didn't really get to do much. We kind of just tried stroopwafels and went out at night when it wasn't raining, and tried out recreational stuff there, if you know what I'm saying. But this time we got to go to Zandschans, which was beautiful. It was freezing. It was super windy, but the windmills were just beautiful. The cheese there is just amazing. It's like the second best cheese probably I've had after Swiss cheese, and it was just beautiful. And just going out in the Netherlands is just so fun. I don't even like going out that much, but in Amsterdam, it's just beyond fun. And the food there is great. Their French fries, their stroop waffles, their actual food, their carbonara there is great. The people there are so friendly, and there's just so much fun stuff to do, like riverboat cruises, where you can drink with your friends and like have snacks. It's just all so fun. Um, Beautiful place, great for pictures. Uh, well, unless it's muggy outside in Amsterdam, but beautiful place, great shopping, great fashion. Um, I love it, and I would recommend anyone and everyone to go to Amsterdam. I do want to go back to the Netherlands. I want to go to The Hague or Hague and Delft or Delft, and Rotterdam and a bunch of other places. But moving on to number two, which I know is technically not a country. Actually, I probably should have looked beforehand to see if they even have uh, the flag, which I'm not seeing. This is Panama, Papua New Guinea, Paraguay, Philippines. So they don't have Puerto Rico on here, which was my mistake. So we're just gonna put the U.S. and consider it Puerto Rico. Consider it Puerto Rico. So I went to Puerto Rico for New Year's, and I stayed a few days after New Year's. I went for about 6 days, I think, so almost a week. I went with one of my fraternity brothers. It was my third time to Puerto Rico. I went when I was in high school, and then I went my second year of college, and I went my senior year of college, which was last year. Or well, the beginning of this year, end of last year. I just graduated. Um, Puerto Rico is beautiful. So before I stayed in, my first time was in Fajardo or Fajardo, something like that. It was nice. It was probably my least favorite. My second time was in San Juan and oh my gosh, what's it called? Not Carbone, Cologne, Canon. I don't remember. Um, this area kind of in the middle. It's like a city-ish area, kind of by San Juan. Um, Super beautiful, but great food there. They've amazing food. But I got to stay in Aguadilla and Mocha this time. We also visited San Juan again and Rincon, and I just loved it. I loved being in Mocha and seeing the cultural side rather than the touristy side. I got to experience a lot with the actual locals and my fraternity brother and his family. Um, and just the cultural experience is just so different. They bring you to all these parandas and teach you how to dance and give you a bunch of beer and food and stuff. It's super fun. Um, and it just kind of made me fall in love with culture in general and made me want to travel more and learn more about cultures of the world. And it will forever sit with me as one of my favorite experiences. And of course, my favorite country that I went to this year was Japan. I mean, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat Japan. Japan's a different beast. Um, we went for 2 whole weeks. We stayed in Tokyo for 6 days, I believe. We stayed in Kyoto for 2 days, and the rest of the time we stayed in Osaka, and we did a day trip to Hiroshima. We did a day trip, and in that same day we went to Miyajima Island. We did a day trip to Kobe, and from Tokyo we did a day trip to Mount Fuji, Kawaguchiko. Mount Fuji was just stunning. Seeing all the culture and their shrines and temples was amazing. They're beautiful, absolutely stunning. Arashiyama and the bamboo forest and Fushimi Inari Shrine, the Torii Gates. Um, the food there is amazing. Their eggs are amazing. Their steak, the Kobe beef, is better than Wagyu, better than Japanese Wagyu. I thought the Kobe was even better. It was absolutely amazing. Their chocolates are amazing, which is surprising. I really didn't know Japan made chocolate like that. Their beers are great. Sapporo and Asahi are just great. I love Asahi. And I will say, I'm not a big matcha fan. I tried matcha beer. I tried matcha chocolate. I tried a bunch of different matcha stuff. I tried matcha. Um, oh my goodness, what's that? That dessert, mochi. And I'm just not the biggest matcha person, but man, I love Japan. The people are so kind, beyond hospitable. Also, they do speak really good English. That's kind of, I guess, like a misconception is that they don't speak English well. People in restaurants, hotels, stores, they all speak English. Um, Even some random people on the street I run into. The people that don't speak English are like transportation, like taxi drivers and stuff, and which is insane because I feel like they would know more than like the random person, as they're going between airports and train stations. But that was wrong. Um, but I love Japan. It is absolutely my favorite country that I've ever been to. And thanks for watching, guys. That's my ranking of all the countries I've been to this year. I am going to Greece later this year, and potentially one or two more places. I think we're going to Greece in Antigua and Barbuda, Barbuda, and I think maybe one other place, but we shall see. And thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what's your favorite country you've traveled to.